hope you're having a good day. So we're going to be making blackberry wine. My blackberry wine, or one of my blackberry wines. I've made blackberry wines for many years, different types, different quantities. I've messed around with it quite a lot. And we're going to be making kind of my cheat version of making a really good blackberry wine that tastes like a red wine, which is pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do. So apart from a cheeky glass of wine, which is, well, needed to get you in the mindset for making wine, what we're going to need is 4 kilos of blackberries. Now that is double the amount that's normally used in pretty much every other recipe, but this is going to give you more body and more flavour. You can use as many blackberries as you like, especially if they're free. The more, the better. But for this recipe, we're going to be using 4 kilos, and I'm going to be brewing in a bucket. And I want to keep this as simple as possible, so we're brewing on the pulp, and it's going to be pretty much a no-fuss recipe that's going to taste fantastic. If you like red wine, this is one that you're going to want to try. So let's do this. So the first step is we're going to dissolve our sugar first. It's just easier to do it without all the bits in there. So I've sterilized my bucket using bleach and washing up liquid, or whatever one you particularly want to use. That's up to you. So in goes our kilo of sugar. Now we can throw that away. I've got about 1.5 litres of freshly boiled water, and in that goes. Whew, steamy hot. So I'm just going to stir this in. My spoon will get sterilised with the scorch. And I'm just going to continue to stir this until all the sugar is melted and dissolved in. So now all our sugar is dissolved, and well, this is really goddamn hot. So we're going to add in our blackberries. Now it will cool this down pretty quick, but we will scorch the outside of the blackberries because I've been sitting out for a little bit, so they have started to thaw. Lovely blackberries. So in they go. And I'm just going to keep going and add all of them in. That is a lot of blackberries. So, all of our blackberries have been added in, yet they're still not quite sterilised, so I've got another 1.5 litres of freshly boiled water that I'm going to add in to these blackberries as I'm stirring it, and that will scorch the outside and in theory should stop any infection from anything we don't want. So dump it in. There we go. Looking pretty good. And now I've got another 1.5 litres again, and in it goes, boiling hot. Now this is just to kill off anything that's on the outside of the blackberries, and it's already up to here because of all the blackberries we added in. So I would say that's well and truly sterilised now, and the sugar's already pre-added in. So just because I know what I'm doing next, I have got some yeast nutrient. It's not really necessary, but it will just get it off to a really good ferment really quickly. So just one cheeky teaspoon. It doesn't matter if it's heaped or not. It doesn't really make any difference. There we go. And now comes the fun part. Now we're going to blend it. Mwah. So I'm just going to set up my blender. So now comes the good bit. We get to play with a blender. Cheers. That tastes good. So what I'm going to be using is a sterilised stick blender. I ran it over in boiling water to scorch it. And since we've got all these blackberries in here, it's a pain to try and squish them. But if we blend them, oh yeah, I have to turn it on first. If we blend them, it extracts the juices quicker and it's just easier. Right, that part's done. So I'm just going to go and clear this up. We'll be right back. So everything has been cleared away now, and well, we've got some beautiful looking blackberry jus. Now, even though we used boiling water, the frozen blackberries, well, thawing blackberries, have cooled it down. It is about 21, 22-ish degrees. It is very slightly warmer than in here, but it's still more than able to be pitched and to give a fairly accurate hydrometer reading. So in that goes. Just give it a little twist since there is the jus. See where it goes to. And yeah, just twisting it. So it is reading right about the 7% mark. Now I'm not surprised by this. This is because the blackberries themselves have water in there. So our 4.5 litres of water have actually got more in there because of all the blackberries that we blended up and took the juice out of. So there is slightly more than 4.5 litres for a gallon batch. It's one of the reasons why I'm brewing in the bucket, but that's fine. That is exactly where I wanted it to be. So I can take this out now. So our 7% is 1.044 approximately. And I can give this a little taste now. That's really good. Taste of blackberries, almost as if. So the only thing that we need to do now is take our pectolase and add some in. Now I had to go and buy some more pectolase because, well, my other pectolase, turns out it doesn't work very well. It was near the end, but at the same time, should still work. Now because this is around the 20 degrees mark, I can add the pectolase in straight away. And I'm going to be doubling up on the pectolase. So 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. That's because we've got a lot of berries in here. And as well, I want to make sure that the pectolase breaks it down and we don't end up with alcoholic bramble jelly. No, technically this would be blackberry jam, because bramble jelly is filtered. There you go, see, then is something else. So add that in. So all we've got to do now is pitch our yeast. And for the yeast that I've chosen is the all-purpose red yeast. Now you can use the universal wine yeast, and if that doesn't float your boat, you can use express wine yeast compound. You can pretty much use anything. I just like the all-purpose red because it gives you like more of a berry flavour. It imparts its own little quirks. So here we go, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top, just like so, and that's us done. All I've got to do is stick the lid on, and I don't even have to look at it. Now if you want to, you can come back and stir this every day, but it should be fine, to be perfectly honest with you. I've made wines on the pulp without having to sprinkle it around, and it works. So we're going to leave this alone, and we're going to come back in about 2 or 3 weeks time. That should be more than enough for this wine to finish and have settled out. So yeah, simple blackberry wine. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to check out some of the other ones, and well, enjoy. Carry on homebrewing, guys. See you later. So I just want to take a second to thank my patrons. They're helping me grow the channel, upgrade my equipment, all of that fantastic stuff. And as a thank you to them and for future patrons, I also do 4 Patreon-only videos per month. So it's pretty handy if you want a little bit extra. So there's some other links to videos down below, and of course the Patreon and subscribe button. Don't forget to check those out. So yeah.